What's up, y'all? I'm Derek Weaver. Welcome and thanks for tuning in. I'm making this video because lately I've been asked by a few people to teach them airbrushing. Now I got about 30 years experience to share, which I've done in the past, but it's cool to see that my spin on the craft still has some value to people. I'm gonna start with this video. I'm gonna do a series which I'll post every Monday that has something to do with airbrushing. And I'm gonna start with showing you the supplies you would need and where to get them. Some people may already have supplies or already know what to get. Some people may not. I'm just putting this out there just in case. All right, now, first, of course, you're gonna need an airbrush. You're not airbrushing unless you have an airbrush, right? I have experience with two brands. I started off with a Pache. This is a Pache. This is a Pache double action. I think Pache may be the only brand that sells the single action and a double action airbrush. I'll explain what that is in the next video. But again, two brands. I started off with a Pache. It's less expensive, but it's a good airbrush. And then I graduated to Iwata. Iwata is a damn good airbrush. I have the Iwata HPC Plus and the Iwata Eclipse HP BCS. Gravity feed, bottle fed. I could say I prefer Iwata, but if you're working with Pache, that's cool too. You know, I can work you through whatever problems you may run into dealing with that. All airbrush have a fundamental way that they're built, so it'll be easy to kind of talk you through the issues you may have, you know, when working with that tool. So that we got the airbrush part. Well, gotta tell you where to get it. I normally shop with, of course, Amazon. Amazon, you know, you can find anything on Amazon. But for some cool kits, you know, little combo deals, and just a larger variety that's concentrated strictly on airbrushing. You have Coast Airbrush. That's www.coastairbrush.com, or you got the airbrushstore.com, and of course you can even go to the actual brand website itself. But I normally, again, shop at Coast Airbrush or the airbrushstore.com. You can get the Pache for under $100, and the average Iwata is going to be right at $100, sometimes 150, 160, or 200. You can get you one, you can get you two, you can get three. The more the better. So that's the airbrush part. Okay, next you're gonna need a compressor. Of course, you're gonna need a compressor. You gotta pump some air through that gun. And again, coastairbrush.com, airbrushstore.com. They sell compressors, air compressors, and again they have the kits or the combo deals. Otherwise, if you don't want to go through a website and have it sent, you can go to a local hardware store and get an air compressor. I would suggest, or I encourage you to get one with a nice sized tank, because and one with automatic shut off because of the noise. You know, so therefore, if you get one automatic shut off and a nice size tank, you don't have to worry about the continuous noise. The bigger the tank, the less, or the bigger the tank, the more you can airbrush without the noise. That makes sense. Then, on top of that, those industrial size or domestic size air compressors, they normally have air pressure, PSIs up to 100 or more. You know, I like to work with a lot of pressure, although sometimes you would have to dial it down depending on the surface you're airbrushing on. So, yeah, finding one that at least goes up to 100 pounds per 100 PSIs. PSIs is pounds per square inch. I think that's what it means. PSI, 100 PSI. And like I said, any local hardware store, Home Depot, specialty tools place. I got my compressor from Harbor Freight. But again, you can go to those websites I mentioned. They even have quiet compressors. But I think the same compressors that they offer, they have that brand at Home Depot as well. They're a little more expensive because, you know, of course they're quieter than the average compressor, but you know, you get what you pay for. Now you're gonna need some paint. I don't know what kind of airbrush you want to do, but the average person starts off with t-shirts or, you know, clothing, or, you know, airbrushing on canvas or, you know, wood or whatever. So a nice acrylic or acrylic enamel or acrylic that's water-based is a good paint. You got Createx, is, you know, a brand that makes paints specifically for airbrushing. You know, Createx is the go-to paint most of the time. Then you have Aquaflow. It's not as big a company as Createx, I don't think, but they make a real good flowing paint, you know, especially their blacks and their whites. Createx got very good fluorescence and you know, a lot of nice colors. People who paint on shoes, Angelus, of course, is the popular brand, you know, for leather. And if you're doing signs or whatever, you know, I use One Shot, but then there are a lot of other brands I've been hip to lately. And this is your enamels when it comes to painting on signs, because a lot of times signs or whatnot have to be weatherproof. So that's that on paint. I think I covered as much as I can on paint. Again, Coast Airbrush, airbrushstore.com, Walmart, Michael's. These are different stores that you can go to get these different supplies. You're gonna need an easel. This is a stand where you can prop your canvas on or prop your shirt board on. As for shirt boards, I use what they call, what is that? Hard pressed wood press board from Home Depot. Go in Home Depot, go pick up a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet. Have the attendees to cut it down to the sizes that I need. You know, you can make a shirt board for you know, your larger shirts or your small shirts. You know, cut little corners on it, you know, little rounded corners so it doesn't damage your shirts. So yeah, as far as an easel, shirt boards, we got the paint, we got the compressor, we got of course the airbrush, and I think that is about it for this video. This has been a short video. I think I covered all the supplies that you're gonna need. Then we can get started painting. You know, I'm gonna show you how to maintain the airbrush, how to keep it clean, and we'll get started painting this on this next video. So that's that. Thanks for checking me out, and leave a comment, or if you got a question, send me an email. Subscribe, hit like if you like it or not, that's cool. I look forward to making some cool airbrush art with you. So deuces, appreciate it.